Part 1. Rich People Daily Routine. Morning. The same sun rises for everyone. The same clock shows the same time. The same 24 hours are handed to rich and poor alike. But the difference is decided in the first 90 minutes of the day. Because while most people wake up already late for their life, rich people wake up early to control it. And this is where the separation begins, not with money, not with luck, but with the morning routine that silently builds power. It is 5 a.m., the world is quiet, streets are empty, notifications are silent. And in a luxury bedroom filled with calm and natural light, a rich person opens his eyes without panic, without noise, without stress, because his day is not chasing anything, it is commanding it. There is no snooze button, no scrolling, no chaos, just stillness. Because rich people understand one brutal truth. Whoever controls the morning controls the mind, and whoever controls the mind controls money. While the average person wakes up to an alarm screaming like an emergency siren, heart already racing, mind already tired, immediately grabbing the phone to check messages, reels, bad news. In other people's lives, the rich do the opposite, the phone stays away. Because the first input of the day decides the output of the day, and rich people don't allow the world to enter their head before they enter the world. Instead of scrolling, they sit in silence, sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes for 20, not to meditate like monks, but to think clearly, to slow the mind. To see the day before it starts, because clarity is a luxury that poor routines cannot afford. Then comes movement, not because of motivation, but because of discipline, a personal gym, a trainer, a quiet run, stretching by a window overlooking a city that they own a part of. Because rich people invest in energy before they invest in money, they know that a tired body creates a weak mind. And a weak mind makes expensive mistakes. Breakfast is not rushed, not oily, not heavy, it is clean, simple, intentional, because even food is a decision. And rich people reduce unnecessary decisions to save mental power for important ones, deals, strategies, moves. While the poor morning is reactive, late, noisy, rushed, filled with traffic, complaints, and excuses. The rich morning is proactive, early, silent, structured. And this is the first unfair advantage they build every single day without posting about it. Then comes the most dangerous part of the rich morning routine. Thinking time, no emails yet, no meetings yet, just a notebook, a tablet, or a clean desk where they ask questions most people are too afraid to ask. What matters today? What can be removed? What creates leverage? Because rich people don't ask, what should I do today? They ask, what should I not do? And this one question saves them years of wasted effort. The poor wake up thinking about bills, bosses, and problems. The rich wake up thinking about systems, opportunities, and outcomes. And this mental difference compounds faster than interest. By 8 a.m., while most people are still half asleep, stuck in traffic, angry at life, the rich have already won the psychological battle of the day. Their body is awake, their mind is clear, and their priorities are set. They are not behind, they are ahead. And that feeling of being ahead creates confidence, calm, and control, which is why they walk slower, talk less, and decide faster. This is why rich people look relaxed even when they handle millions, because stress is not about workload, it is about lack of structure. And their morning routine is the structure that protects them from chaos. Understand this clearly, nobody becomes rich by waking up late, reacting to notifications, skipping health, and starting the day in panic, because chaos in the morning creates chaos in life. And discipline in the morning creates freedom later. The world doesn't reward hard work, it rewards controlled energy, focused thinking, and consistent routines. And all of that starts before most people even open their eyes. This is why if your mornings look average, your future will look average too. Because money follows habits, power follows structure, and success follows those who wake up early enough to decide who they will be before the world decides for them. Part 2. Rich People Daily Routine. Daytime. By the time the city fully wakes up, the rich are already in control, not because they work harder, but because they work with direction. And this is where most people get it wrong. They believe success is about long hours. But rich people know it's about high-value hours, because time is cheap, focus is rare, and leverage is everything. As the day begins, the rich don't rush into random tasks, because this is when the mind is sharpest and decisions are cleanest, and they use this time to work on things that multiply results, not things that just keep them busy. While poor people spend their day following instructions, completing tasks, and waiting for salaries, because one good decision can pay for 1,000 hours of labor, and they understand this deeply. Their work environment reflects this mindset. Quiet offices, clean desks, minimal distractions. Assistants filtering noise, calendars designed around priorities, not people's demands. Because rich people don't react to life, they design it. Meetings are short and intentional, not to talk, but to decide, not to impress, but to execute. And when they say yes to something, it means they have already said no to 10 other things, because focus requires sacrifice. And sacrifice is something average minds avoid. Through ownership, investments, partnerships, and systems that work even when they don't, while poor people trade hours for pay. RICH people trade ideas for equity, and this single shift separates survival from dominance. Learning never stops during the day. But targeted information, podcasts during drives, books between meetings, mentors on speed dial, because rich people pay to shorten time, while poor people waste time trying to save money. Because they understand energy management better than time management. And a burned out mind cannot spot opportunities. By afternoon, when most people feel drained, frustrated, and mentally foggy, the rich still operate with clarity, because their day is not filled with friction, it is filled with flow. Systems handling the small things, allowing their attention to stay on the big picture. They review numbers calmly, not emotionally. Because data is information, not identity, profits and losses are signals, not personal attacks, and this emotional distance allows them to move faster than those who take everything personally. While poor people end their workday exhausted, feeling used, underpaid, and powerless, rich people often end their day with momentum, deals moving forward, systems improving, and options expanding. Because their work creates freedom, not fatigue. Understand this clearly, the rich daytime routine is not glamorous, it is not loud, and it is not about showing off. It is about silent control, disciplined focus, and strategic thinking, repeated daily until results become inevitable. This is why by the time the sun starts to set, the gap is already widened, not because one worked more, but because one worked on the right things, while the other stayed trapped in motion without direction, and in the modern world, direction always beats effort. Part 3: Rich People Daily Routine, Night, when the sun goes down. Most people believe the day is over, but for the rich, the night is where the day is either locked in or wasted. Because what you do in the final hours decides how powerful tomorrow will be. And this is the last silent advantage that compounds without noise. While the average person reaches for entertainment to escape a tiring day, the rich slow down intentionally, not because they are bored, but because they respect recovery as much as effort. They understand that burning out feels productive but produces nothing long-term. Evenings for the rich are calm, controlled, and protected. No endless scrolling, no mindless television, no emotional dumping. Because whatever enters the mind at night sits there while you sleep, shaping your thoughts, your mood, and your decisions the next morning. Instead of consuming chaos, they review the day briefly, not to judge themselves, but to learn what worked, what needs adjustment, because feedback is power. And rich people don't wait for life to teach them the hard way. Family time, quiet dinners, or solitude are chosen deliberately, not by accident. Because relationships and inner stability are assets, and a distracted life destroys both. Learning still exists at night, but it is light and intentional, a few pages of a book, a long-term vision document. Or future planning, not to work more, but to think better, because clarity before sleep creates confidence after waking. Sleep itself is treated like an investment, not a luxury. Early nights, dark rooms, phones away. Because rich people know that a well-rested mind makes faster, cleaner decisions than any motivational speech ever could. While poor routines push sleep later, chasing dopamine, distractions, and temporary comfort, rich routines pull sleep earlier, chasing recovery, focus, and long-term dominance. And this is where discipline quietly outperforms talent. Before closing their eyes, rich people nuntly step into tomorrow. Not with anxiety, but with certainty. Priorities are already decided. Outfits are ready. Calendars are clean, and the mind is not cluttered. Because chaos is expensive and calm is profitable. This is why rich people wake up calm while others wake up stressed. Understand this clearly, success is not built in one big moment. It is built in these quiet hours when nobody is watching.